Make the ground shake.
Hello everyone and welcome to another tank review. This time we are going to look at the AMX 50B, the tier 10 French heavy tank. Now this tank is a destruction on wheels if you played it correctly. As always, we will take a look into the armor first, and the thing that we can see here is that this hull is pretty much the best, one of the best hulls on any tier 10 heavy tank, because as you can see the armor values range from 230 to 80 on the upper plate. These zones are around ricochet. They can be penetrated here, but this isn't a direct penetration because this goes into the turret, it ricochets, and that is how you get pen. Obviously you have these weak spots here, but they don't really matter because you got one hell of a weak spot, and it's called a turret. As you can see, it is 100 millimeters at the most, so pretty much anything you will meet, even a tier 8 medium, even a tier 8 light tank, will have absolutely no problem penning you even frontally if it hits your turret. The gun mantlet can pull off a bounce at some weird angle, but that is the only hope you have of bouncing. The side and rear armor are extremely weak, only 30 millimeters on the hull and 50 on the turret. HE pens this really easily. At the back of the turret it's even 20, so this thing is very big, and it's an RT magnet if you don't move at all. The obvious comparison to this thing is only one tank at tier 10, and that is the T57. If we take a look into the stats of both of these machines, we can see that when it comes to firepower, i.e. the gun, the penetration only differs by 1 millimeter, so I'd say they are completely identical. The DPM is a lot worse because this thing has a worse drum reload by around 5 seconds, and the reload time between the shells is half a second slower than the T57 heavy. But that is pretty much the only advantage the T57 gets over this thing, because even though it's a very big advantage, it is the only advantage because this thing carries a lot more ammo, and ammo capacity is an issue on the T57 heavy. This thing is they do have the same accuracy, but this thing has a better aim time by quite a bit. The shot dispersion might be a little bit worse, but all of these are green, even though this tank is a lot faster than the T57 heavy. This hard stats here as gun depression and gun elevation are identical, but this thing traverses a lot faster than the T57. When it comes to mobility, this thing is the fastest heavy tank at tier 10. It can keep up with the mediums as well, because it has almost 20 horsepower per ton, which is a lot. Plus it has a very high top speed of 65 kilometers an hour. Don't expect to reach it on the flat, but when you're going downhill it really helps, and since you have that very good frontal hull armor, this thing is a ramming dream, or a running nightmare for the enemy. The terrain resistance are slightly worse than the T57 heavy, but this thing has a lot greater horsepower per ton, so it just leaves the T57 for dust. As always, we will take a look into what equipment you should use. Since it is an autoloader, you have to go with improved vents just to get that reload time slightly better. A vertical stabilizer is a must. I think. And for the third slot, you could either go with enhanced gunning drive or coated optics. I've gone for coated optics because they just suit my style. I think plus the T50 the AMX 50B sorry was buffed a couple of patches ago, so the aim time and the dispersion are pretty okay. So if you aim your first shot, you will be fine for the rest. So I don't think that enhanced gunning drive is as important as coated optics. For equipment, you don't get set on fire frontally, so a lot of people use strong coffee. It helps a lot, I must be honest, but I never use it, so I go with my standard layout, as you all know. For the crew, everything pretty much helps apart from camo. Brothers in arms, it helps a lot. Sixth sense is a must on anything, especially I think like this one. Repairs also helps, and for the commander also I would put recon. For the gunner, snapshot very important, and repairs, and deadeye. I've gone with deadeye on my gunner because you have those 4 shots, and if you have that increased potential to do module damage, it's the right place to go. For the driver, smooth ride, or for diving, I would put that over clutch braking. After that, you may use clutch braking and repairs. This thing doesn't have a loader. Instead, it has instead the job for the loader is shared between the commander, gunner, and radio operator. But since the those two members are way more important than the radio operator, I would go safe storage on the radio operator, combined with repairs and situational awareness. I think that was enough for spreadsheet reading, and let's get into some gameplay. And here we are in the game. It's a standard battle on Malinovka. Obviously a tier 10 matchup, but I think it's a pretty okay matchup for me because there are only 4 tier 10s per each side, and the things that they have aren't the hardest to pen up, apart from maybe the i7 or the ST1. Now, since there is no artillery, there is one place for me to go, I think, and that is the hill, because if I go anywhere else I will get spotted and sniped from the camping TDs that they will certainly have. I'm hoping to get some backup from the i7 and the other more heavily armored machines as I make myself up this hill. As I'm going on this incline here, you can appreciate really the mobility that the MX-50B has. I mean, I haven't gone below 25 kilometers per hour even on the steepest incline that I had, and now I'm close to 40 kph, and for a heavy tank this thing can really shift. Already their bosic is dead, and that is pretty good news for me. The only thing that can come up here first are the mediums, but I am fully loaded and I think that they won't be such an issue. The object 140 comes, I put one shot into him, and the second one hits his turret and bounces. Now I pull back here. He thinks that I am on the reload once more, and this is a very good tactic you can use. And now I still have 2 shots left. I am willing to take those in return. I do have 2 shots into his territory. The first one was unaimed and quite lucky, but now 3 out of 4 penetrations isn't the best, but it's nothing to complain about. He pulls back and bounces the IS-7 shot. Now I do see that the T-57 makes his way up, and I will try to punish him for it. The object puts a shot into me, and I cannot let this T-57 live. I double track him, and there is no place for him to go, so I switch my shot into the side of the roof to get the easy penetrations. I do empty my clip and the CDC takes a care of him. Now that is not how you play an autoloader. He threw his thing away just to do 1.6k damage, which is the potential of the magazine, and that isn't effective at all. Now I will try to focus down this T-54E1, but he went into the ditch and there is no hope of me shooting him. I see that the enemy IS-7 is trying to push our IS-7, and I will try to help them. Hopefully I won't be shot and I will surprise the enemy right here and now. The enemy IS-7, I do have shots into him. That's one shot, two shot, and he goes for the easy shot since he knows that he is dead, and I will take one shot here. He jammed my turret. At this moment I won't try to repair it because I am on the reload, and I will just let it repair by itself because I have plenty of time at the moment. Halfway through the reload, and this is something that you should not do. Unless you are reloaded, don't expose yourself for nothing, but now I am, and I will try to put two shots into the T-34, and he pulls back into safety and go for another reload. Now I did repair my turret. I think that that was the right call because I think that it might be needed at this point. There are a lot of things in that church over there, so I will try to take them out. The T-54 gets shot twice, and I will try to take him out since I am done with the reload at this point, and I put one shot into him, second shot in, and set him on fire again, and I don't pull the third shot off because I think that these two shots might be worth more. I do have shots on this T-54 and the Carnarvon, and I will try to put two shots into them. I do pen the T-54 twice, one in the track, one in the turret, and already up to 7.7k damage. You can see that if the enemy lets you empty your magazine, the DPM doesn't matter, even though it's pretty bad, and you should come out on top almost all the time if you play correctly. I will try to take my damage up to 8,000, and let's see if we can. I do spot the T-28 and at this point there is no time to aim and just take the lucky shot. This T-54 is on quite a bit of a health, and if I manage to put a shot into him, I will do 8k damage, but I am not able, and the T-44 will get taken out by the VK, and that will be game over for me. So let's get into the post-battle results. Here are the post-battle results of that game. As you can see, I managed to pick up Ace Tanker together with some tokens and a first mark of excellence, which is pretty okay for about only 50 games played in this tank. From the battle hero medals, I managed to pick up a Confederate and high caliber. If you look into the team score, we can see that we did finish top on experience, damage, and damage as well, with as new as makes no difference, 8,000 damage and 1,267 base experience. Out of that game, we fired 19 shots, 19 hit and 18 penetrated. Only that unlucky bounce on the object 140, but 18 penetrations is nothing to complain about. We did out of our 7.9 damage done, 1.5k were at a sniping distance. I did get lucky in that game with two fires, one on the T-54E1 and one on the IS-7, but I think that that is a great showcase for the Deadeye perk. I got lucky, but certainly the Deadeye perk was helping there. I did receive 3 hits and 3 of them penetrated, which is a great example that this thing cannot tank at all. The only armor it gets is the hit points it has. We did spot only one vehicle with damage 7 and destroyed only one with 1.5k assistance damage as well, and we did travel 2.4 kilometers in that game. Anyway guys, that was my opinion on the AMX 50B, one of the most fun tanks in the whole game, and currently my favorite tank at this moment. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it and subscribe. It would be much appreciated, and bye for now.